Did you know that up to 60% of seniors report feeling tired every single day, and most never discover why? It's easy to blame it on age, sleep, or stress, but what if there's something deeper going on? Do you wake up tired even after 8 hours of rest? Does your energy fade halfway through the day, leaving you feeling heavy and unmotivated? Have you ever wondered if your constant tiredness might actually be a hidden message from your body? Here's the truth. For many older adults, the real culprit isn't age. It's hidden nutrient deficiencies that slowly chip away at your strength, focus, and joy. And the most surprising part? These deficiencies are more common than you think, and easier to fix than most people realize. One of our viewers, a 68-year-old man named Tom, thought he was just getting old. He felt sluggish, unfocused, and emotionally drained. But after a simple checkup, he found out he was lacking 3 key nutrients, and within weeks of correcting them, his energy returned. Fatigue in seniors is not always a sign of illness. Often, it's your body's quiet way of asking for help. In this video, we'll walk you through the 10 most common deficiencies silently draining your energy, and how to spot them before they take a toll. Which one of these might you be missing without realizing? Stick with us until the end. The last one might surprise you the most. And don't forget to subscribe for weekly, science-backed senior health tips to help you stay strong, sharp, and full of life. Let's uncover what your body's really trying to tell you. 1. Iron. When fatigue becomes a constant companion, still feel tired even after doing almost nothing all day. If your energy seems to vanish by noon, iron might be the nutrient you've been missing. Fatigue can sneak up in quiet, persistent ways. You don't feel sick, but somehow everything feels heavy. You move slower, think slower, and by mid-afternoon, your energy is running on empty. This isn't just normal aging. It could be a hidden iron deficiency, one of the most common and overlooked causes of chronic tiredness in older adults. Iron is essential for producing hemoglobin, the protein in red blood cells that carries oxygen throughout your body. When you're low on iron, less oxygen gets to your muscles and brain, which means your whole system starts running on low power. The result? Fatigue, brain fog, cold hands and feet, pale skin, and shortness of breath, even after light activity. Some people also experience dizziness or headaches without knowing the root cause. According to the National Institutes of Health, nearly 10% of women over 60 have iron deficiency anemia. But iron deficiency can also affect men, especially if they've had gastrointestinal issues, poor diet, or take medications that affect absorption. Now here's where it gets tricky. Many seniors think, I don't eat much red meat, but that's fine. It's healthier that way. Others believe that feeling tired is just part of getting older. But the truth is, avoiding iron-rich foods or simply not absorbing iron well can slowly deplete your energy without setting off any alarm bells. And plant-based diets, while healthy in many ways, may lack easily absorbed forms of iron unless carefully planned. So how can you fix it? Start by adding more iron-rich foods to your diet. Spinach, lentils, eggs, pumpkin seeds, tofu, and yes, lean red meat in moderation. Pair those with vitamin C-rich foods like bell peppers or citrus to improve absorption. In some cases, your doctor may recommend iron supplements, especially if blood tests show you're running low. From my experience, many older adults are amazed at how much better they feel after just a few weeks of eating smarter or supplementing properly. It's not about doing something extreme. It's about giving your body the tools it quietly needs. Have you ever had your iron levels tested? Drop a yes or not yet in the comments. Let's see how many of us have checked this vital marker. Now, iron helps your body deliver oxygen. But what if your brain and nerves are struggling to stay sharp and responsive, even when you're eating well? Let's explore the next silent deficiency that could be affecting your memory and mood. Vitamin B12. 2. Vitamin B12, the invisible force behind focus and strength. Have you ever forgotten why you walked into a room? Do your hands ever feel tingly or numb for no reason? Maybe it's not just your memory or nerves. Maybe it's a silent vitamin B12 deficiency. Vitamin B12 might not get the attention that iron or calcium do, but don't let that fool you. It plays a huge role in keeping your brain sharp and your body strong. This essential vitamin helps produce red blood cells, supports the nervous system, and even helps with DNA repair. But most importantly, it keeps your mind clear and your body energized. So what happens when you're low on B12? You may feel constantly tired, experience memory lapses, dizziness, or that strange pins and needles sensation in your hands or feet. Some people even develop mood changes or mild depression, thinking it's just part of aging. But here's the twist. Many seniors get enough B12 from food, yet still end up deficient. That's because as we age, our stomach produces less stomach acid, which is needed to absorb B12 from animal-based foods like meat, eggs, and dairy. According to the CDC, up to 15% of adults over 60 have B12 deficiency, and many don't know it until symptoms start affecting daily life. A common mistake I see is relying on multivitamins that contain low-quality or inactive forms of B12, which the body can't absorb well. Others assume their memory loss or numbness is just normal aging and never get tested. So what can you do about it? First, talk to your doctor about getting your B12 levels checked. A simple blood test can tell you a lot. If you're low, you might benefit from sublingual B12 tablets, which dissolve under the tongue, B12-rich foods, or in some cases, injections for quicker results. Good food sources include eggs, salmon, tuna, yogurt, and fortified cereals. Vegetarians or those with absorption issues may need supplements to reach optimal levels. In my experience, some of the most remarkable turnarounds I've seen in older adults came from fixing low B12. Suddenly, they could think clearer, had more stamina, and even noticed improvements in mood. Have you ever taken a B12 supplement or had your levels checked? Let us know in the comments. Type yes or never checked and join the conversation. Vitamin B12 supports your brain and nerves, but the next nutrient works deeper in your muscles and might be the reason you're sleeping poorly or waking up stiff. Let's talk about the underestimated powerhouse called magnesium. 3. Magnesium, the sleep and muscle mineral you're probably ignoring. Do you struggle to fall asleep at night or wake up with sore, tight muscles? It might not be aging. It might be a quiet magnesium deficiency. Magnesium is one of those minerals that often gets overlooked, yet it's involved in over 300 biochemical reactions in your body. That includes things like regulating muscle contractions, calming your nervous system, and helping you get deep, restorative sleep. For older adults, especially those over 60, magnesium is like a behind-the-scenes bodyguard. It relaxes your muscles after a long day, eases cramps, and lowers stress hormones at bedtime. And when you don't get enough, your body tells you in small but loud ways. You feel restless at night. You wake up stiff and achy. Your legs cramp for no clear reason. You feel constantly on edge. Research published in the Journal of Research in Medical Sciences found that magnesium supplementation improves sleep quality in older adults, especially those with insomnia. It also helps regulate melatonin, the sleep hormone. But here's the problem. Magnesium levels decline with age, partly because older adults often take medications, like diuretics or proton pump inhibitors, that deplete magnesium. Also, many seniors simply don't eat enough magnesium-rich foods like nuts, leafy greens, beans, or whole grains. A common myth is that taking calcium is all you need for strong bones and muscles. But calcium and magnesium actually need to be in balance. Too much calcium without enough magnesium can lead to muscle cramps, fatigue, and even trouble sleeping. So what can you do? Start by looking at your diet. Add in foods like almonds, spinach, pumpkin seeds, and black beans. If needed, consider a magnesium glycinate or magnesium citrate supplement, forms that are gentle on digestion and well absorbed. I've seen so many older clients feel sharper, calmer, and more rested simply by adding magnesium back into their routine. It doesn't need to be complicated. Just one change can make a real difference. Have you ever tried magnesium before bed? If so, did it help your sleep or muscle pain? Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your experience. Magnesium helps your muscles relax at night. But what about the fuel your muscles need during the day? Let's talk about vitamin D and why many seniors are quietly getting too little of. 4. Vitamin D, the sunshine nutrient you're likely missing. Have you been feeling down, tired, or more fragile than usual lately? Here's something surprising. All those symptoms may be pointing to the same missing link: vitamin D. Vitamin D is often called the sunshine vitamin because your skin makes it when exposed to sunlight. But here's the problem. After age 60, your skin becomes less efficient at producing it, even if you spend time outdoors. Add to that the fact that many seniors avoid sun exposure due to skin cancer concerns or mobility issues, and the result is a widespread vitamin D deficiency, even in sunny places. Why does this matter? Because vitamin D isn't just about bones. It plays a massive role in energy, mood, immunity, and muscle function. According to a study published in the American Journal of Geriatric Psychiatry, low vitamin D levels are directly linked to depressive symptoms and fatigue in older adults. And it gets more serious. Long-term deficiency can lead to bone loss, weakened muscles, and increased fall risk. Here's the tricky part. Vitamin D deficiency often goes undetected. Unlike iron or magnesium, the symptoms are subtle and build over time. Low energy, a feeling of blah every day, aches that don't go away. Unfortunately, many seniors, and even their doctors, blame this on aging or normal slowing down and never get their levels checked. Another common myth is that taking calcium alone is enough for bone health. But vitamin D is what helps your body actually absorb the calcium from food or supplements. Without it, calcium passes through your system unused. Now the good news. This one is easy to fix. First, ask your doctor to test your vitamin D levels. It's a simple blood test. Second, if you're low, supplementing with vitamin D3 is usually more effective than D2. Third, try to get 15 to 20 minutes of gentle sun exposure a few times a week. Early morning or late afternoon is best. Some foods also contain vitamin D, like fatty fish, salmon, sardines, egg yolks, and fortified milk. But diet alone is usually not enough. A little personal tip here. I often recommend combining vitamin D3 with vitamin K2, which helps direct calcium to your bones and keep it out of your arteries. Now, vitamin D may brighten your mood, but the next nutrient is key to keeping your heartbeat strong and your energy steady. And skipping it could leave you feeling drained without warning. Let's talk about potassium. 5. Potassium, the pulse keeper that powers your energy. Have you noticed your heartbeat skipping or racing for no reason? What if that strange rhythm, along with your constant fatigue, was due to one thing quietly leaving your body? Potassium. Potassium is one of the most underappreciated minerals in our body. It's essential for regulating your heartbeat, maintaining muscle contractions, and supporting nerve signals. Basically, it keeps your body running like a well-tuned engine. But here's something many don't realize. As we age, our potassium levels can drop silently, especially if we're taking certain medications like diuretics, laxatives, or blood pressure pills. You could be eating healthy and still lose potassium through these medications without knowing it. So, what does low potassium feel like? You might notice fatigue, muscle cramps, irregular heartbeat, or even dizziness. Some people feel mentally foggy or anxious. You might brush it off as just aging, but potassium deficiency is often hiding behind these vague symptoms. A fascinating study in the Journal of Clinical Hypertension found that older adults with low potassium levels had significantly higher risks of heart rhythm problems and felt more easily tired. And it's not just the heart. Potassium helps your muscles contract properly, including the ones in your legs and arms. When levels dip too low, you can feel weak and sluggish, even when doing simple tasks like walking or climbing stairs. Now, here's a common mistake. Many seniors cut back on potassium-rich foods like bananas, potatoes, or leafy greens because they fear they're too high in carbs or sugar. But the truth is, moderate amounts of these foods provide exactly the kind of fuel and minerals your aging body craves. So, how can you restore your potassium levels? First, talk to your doctor before making any big changes, especially if you're on medications. Then, slowly reintroduce potassium-rich foods into your diet. Bananas, sweet potatoes, spinach, avocados, beans, coconut water, in moderation. You don't need supplements unless your doctor recommends them. Food sources are typically enough and safer. One more thing, potassium needs balance with sodium. So if you're eating a high sodium diet, it can push potassium out of your system faster. That's why cutting back on processed foods and salt can help your potassium stay stable. Have you ever experienced a sudden muscle cramp or racing heart at rest? Leave a comment with yes or no, and let's see how many of us might have missed this powerful mineral. So now we've talked about keeping your heart steady, but what about your brain? Because in the next part, we'll explore a type of healthy fat that fuels your memory, your mood, and may even protect your heart. Stay with us. It's one of the most important nutrients seniors often overlook. 6. Omega-3 fatty acids. Fuel for the brain, shield for the heart. Do you find yourself forgetting names, losing focus, or just feeling mentally foggy? What if your brain isn't aging? It's starving for the right kind of fat. Omega-3 fatty acids are not just another trendy supplement. They are one of the most essential nutrients for healthy aging. And yet, studies show that over 60% of adults over 60 are not getting enough omega-3s in their diets. Let's break this down. Omega-3s are healthy fats found in fatty fish like salmon, sardines, as well as chia seeds, walnuts, and flax seeds. They're called essential because your body can't make them on its own. You must get them through food or supplements. So why are they so important? First, your brain. Your brain is made up of nearly 60% fat, and a large portion of that is omega-3s. These fats support memory, mood, focus, and even protect against cognitive decline. In fact, a study published in Neurology found that seniors with higher blood levels of omega-3 had larger brain volumes and less age-related shrinkage. Now your heart. Omega-3s are known to lower inflammation, reduce triglycerides, and help maintain a steady heartbeat. If you've been feeling tired, sluggish, or even depressed, omega-3 deficiency could be playing a role. But here's the catch. Many older adults avoid oily fish due to concerns about mercury, digestion, or just not liking the taste. And plant-based options like flax or chia seeds, they're great, but they contain ALA omega-3s, a form that the body only converts in small amounts to the type your brain really needs, DHA and EPA. What can you do? If you're not eating fatty fish twice a week, consider adding a high-quality fish oil or algae-based supplement. Look for ones that contain both EPA and DHA and are tested for purity. And don't worry, many of today's supplements are burp-free and easy to digest. Foods that are rich in omega-3 include salmon, sardines, mackerel, walnuts, chia seeds, flaxseed oil, algae oil, plant-based alternative. Quick question, when was the last time you ate salmon or sardines? Type fish in the comments if you've had it in the past week, or need to, if it's time to add it back to your plate. So we've talked about feeding your brain and protecting your heart. But what about your muscles? Coming up next is a nutrient that's often misunderstood, and many seniors are getting far too little of it. It's not a vitamin, it's protein. Let's explore why it might be the key to feeling strong again. 7. Protein. The underdog nutrient most seniors don't get enough of. You may be eating enough calories, but are you eating enough protein to stay strong? As we get older, our appetites often shrink, but unfortunately so does our muscle mass. And one of the biggest hidden causes behind weakness, fatigue, and even falls in older adults. It's not just aging, it's not getting enough protein. You see, protein isn't just for bodybuilders or gym rats. It's essential for repairing tissue, keeping muscles strong, boosting your immune system, and regulating hormones. Without enough of it, your body begins to break down muscle faster than it can rebuild, and over time, this leads to something called sarcopenia, or age-related muscle loss. So, how much do you really need? Most experts recommend that seniors aim for at least 1.0 to 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day. That's around 70 to 85 grams per day for the average older adult, much more than most are actually getting. And unfortunately, many seniors eat light meals like toast, soup, or fruit, which often lack enough high-quality protein. A 2020 study published in the Journals of Gerontology found that seniors who consumed adequate protein daily maintained significantly better muscle mass, strength, and balance, compared to those who didn't. So what's going wrong? One big mistake I often see is eating most of your protein at dinner, when your body can only absorb so much at once. It's far more effective to spread your protein throughout the day. For example, eggs or Greek yogurt in the morning, chicken or lentils at lunch, and salmon or tofu at dinner. Another issue is protein quality. Animal-based proteins like eggs, poultry, fish, dairy tend to be complete, meaning they have all the essential amino acids your body needs. Plant-based proteins like beans, nuts, or quinoa are fantastic too, but it's important to combine them smartly to get the full benefit. How much protein do you think you're eating in a day? Comment enough if you're confident, or need more if you suspect you're falling short. Let's get a conversation going, and maybe even inspire each other with simple meal ideas. Now here's the twist. Even if you eat all the right nutrients, your body still needs one thing to transport them, absorb them, and keep your energy flowing. It's not a vitamin, not a mineral, but something far more basic that many overlook. Up next, water, the simplest fix that's often overlooked. 8. Water, the simplest fix that's often overlooked. Mild dehydration can feel like exhaustion, and most seniors are chronically dehydrated. What if I told you that a glass of water could bring back some of your lost energy? Sounds too simple, right? But dehydration is one of the most overlooked causes of fatigue, especially in seniors. Here's the truth. As we age, our sense of thirst weakens, and our bodies lose water faster. So, even if you don't feel thirsty, you might still be dehydrated. And when that happens, your body struggles to function. Blood volume drops, your brain gets foggy, muscles cramp, and energy plummets. In fact, a study from the University of Connecticut found that even mild dehydration, just 1 to 2% loss of body water, can lead to mood changes, fatigue, and difficulty concentrating, even in healthy adults. Now, imagine the impact on older adults who are already dealing with slower metabolism and chronic conditions. So, how much water do you really need? Most experts recommend around 8 to 10 cups of water a day. But this can vary depending on body size, activity level, medications, and even the weather. The key isn't just how much, it's when. Start your day with a glass of water, sip consistently throughout the day, and drink before you feel thirsty, not after. But here's something many people miss. Caffeinated drinks and alcohol actually dehydrate you. So if you drink coffee, tea, or wine, you'll want to balance that with extra water. You can also boost hydration through foods. Fruits like watermelon, oranges, and cucumbers are great hydrating snacks, especially helpful for seniors who don't enjoy drinking plain water. From my own experience working with seniors, the difference is often night and day. Once hydration becomes a habit, people report clearer thinking, more energy, fewer muscle cramps, and even better digestion. Here's your hydration challenge. How many glasses of water did you drink today? Comment with the number below. Let's keep each other accountable. Now, drinking enough water helps carry nutrients throughout your body. Chlamydia movies, the late city pea and body. But what if one key nutrient wasn't even present to begin with, especially the one that your immune system, wound healing, and energy production rely on? Let's uncover that in the next part. The unsung hero, zinc. 9. Zinc, the immunity builder that affects your energy more than you think. Frequent colds, slow wound healing, and fatigue? Zinc might be missing from your diet. Do you catch colds often, or find that small cuts take forever to heal? Do you wake up tired even after what should be a good night's sleep? If so, your body might be quietly asking for more zinc, and you may not even realize it. Zinc is a micronutrient with a mighty impact. It doesn't get the spotlight like vitamin C or calcium, but it's essential for your immune system, energy production, wound healing, and even your sense of taste and smell. What many seniors don't realize is that zinc absorption declines with age, and some medications, like diuretics or acid reflux pills, can reduce zinc levels even further. According to the National Institutes of Health, even mild zinc deficiency can lead to weakened immunity, leaving you more vulnerable to infections, especially respiratory ones. And when your body is constantly fighting off invaders, it drains your energy, leaving you in a state of constant fatigue. But the effects don't stop there. Zinc also plays a key role in cell division and repair, so if you're healing slowly from injuries or surgeries, low zinc could be the culprit. Some studies even link low zinc levels with brain fog and mood swings, especially in older adults. The good news? Zinc is found in many foods, if you know where to look. Some of the best sources include oysters, the richest source, beef and poultry, pumpkin seeds, chickpeas and lentils, cashews. For vegetarians or those who don't eat much meat, it's especially important to be intentional about zinc intake. Plant-based sources contain phytates, which can interfere with zinc absorption. Soaking or sprouting beans and seeds can help improve this. How do you know if you're getting enough? Some signs of deficiency include weakened immunity, poor wound healing, decreased appetite, changes in taste or smell, and constant tiredness. From what I've seen in my own work with older adults, just adding zinc-rich foods or a small supplement when needed has helped many people feel stronger, more resilient, and yes, more energetic. Here's a little quiz. When was the last time you ate pumpkin seeds, lentils, or oysters? Comment below with the last zinc-rich food you had. Let's see how many of us are on the right track. Zinc gives your immune system strength, but what about the nutrient that quietly supports energy, mood, and even DNA repair? Stay with me. You'll want to hear about folate, the final but crucial player on our list. 10. Folate, the silent player behind energy, mood, and cell repair. Feeling tired, foggy, or even low? Folate could be your missing spark. Have you ever had one of those days where your body feels heavy, your mind is cloudy, and your mood is just flat? Sure, we all have off days, but if it's happening regularly, your body might be running low on something crucial: folate. Folate, also known as vitamin B9, is like a backstage crew member in a play. You don't see it front and center, but everything falls apart without it. Here's what makes folate special. It helps your body produce red blood cells, which carry oxygen to your brain and muscles. Without enough folate, your cells are literally starved of energy. That's why low folate can make you feel weak, sluggish, and unable to concentrate. But there's more. Folate also plays a key role in mood regulation by helping synthesize neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine. So if you've been feeling down, unmotivated, or anxious, don't just brush it off. It might not just be in your head. It could be in your diet. And finally, folate supports cell repair and DNA synthesis, making it essential for long-term health, recovery, and even cancer prevention. That's right, this quiet vitamin has a powerful impact. So where can you get more of it? Folate is found naturally in many foods, especially dark leafy greens like spinach and kale, asparagus and Brussels sprouts, beans, lentils, and peas, avocados, and in smaller amounts in citrus fruits. Now here's something important for seniors to know. As we age, our ability to absorb folate from food can decrease, and some medications, like antacids or diabetes drugs, can interfere with absorption even more. That's why many older adults unknowingly live with a functional folate deficiency, not severe enough to show up in routine blood tests, but enough to make you feel off balance, mentally and physically. From my own experience, when patients start increasing folate-rich foods or take a methylated folate supplement, especially if they have the MTHFR gene variant, many of them report feeling brighter, sharper, and calmer. So let me ask you, do you eat leafy greens every day? Or do they get skipped on your plate? Comment yes or no. Let's keep each other accountable. Now that we've uncovered the 10 hidden deficiencies that could be silently draining your energy, what's next? Let's wrap it all up and talk about how small steps can lead to huge improvements in how you feel every single day. It wasn't just fatigue, it was a signal. Feeling tired all the time isn't something to brush off. What if your low energy was actually your body whispering for help? Throughout this video, we uncovered 10 hidden nutrient deficiencies that can quietly drain the energy out of your days. From iron and B12 to protein, water, and folate, each one is like a gentle tap on the shoulder from your body saying, "Please take care of me." These aren't just medical facts. They're personal stories playing out in millions of seniors every single day. People waking up tired, feeling mentally foggy, or lacking motivation, and thinking, maybe this is just aging, but what if it isn't? Small changes, made consistently, can bring big results. Swapping toast for an egg and spinach breakfast, taking a 15-minute walk in the morning sun, adding a glass of water before each meal. None of these are extreme, but they speak volumes to your cells, your brain, your heart. So here's the question I'd love for you to think about today. What if your low energy is not just a part of aging, but something fixable? And maybe you're not the only one who needs to hear this. Someone you love might feel tired all the time and not know why. Please share this video with them. You might be giving them the spark they've been missing for years. And I'd truly love to hear from you. What was your biggest takeaway from this video? Did something surprise you? Or maybe you've already started making changes. Leave a comment below, and also let us know what you'd love us to cover next. If this video helped you feel more hopeful, more informed, or more empowered, please hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a weekly tip to live stronger, healthier, and more vibrant at every age. Stay kind to your body, stay connected to your community, and we'll see you in the next video.